Hola, family. So, on today's episode, I want to talk about a film, a movie. I'm not here to review the movie, I promise. But if you ask me, I'm going to tell you for free that that movie was fantastic and you should watch it. It's personal, it's family, it's spiritual, it's everything and more. Okay? And the title of the movie is The Forge. It's a movie by the Kendrick Brothers. Okay. So before I get to what it is for this episode, I think I have to give you like a brief rundown of what the movie was for or what the movie was about. So it's about a 19-year-old boy whose name is Isaiah Wright, and he's a recent high school graduate, but is having his period of youthful exuberance or adolescence crisis. I don't think you would call a 19-year old adolescent, but young adult crisis. He doesn't want to go to college. He doesn't want to work, and his father is absent from his life. He was raised by a single mother, and she keeps telling him that he needs to decide what he wants to do because he sits around playing games every single day, every hour, and he was not being useful. And so she told him one day that if he wants to keep living in the house, he has to pay rent. So he should go and get a job since he doesn't want to go to college. And he did. On his search for a job, he met with a man, a very amazing man, whose name is Joshua Moore, who ended up becoming his boss and his mentor. There's a whole lot that went around doing that, but one of their mentorship sessions is why we are on this episode today. So during one of the sessions, here's one thing that Joshua Moore told Isaiah. He said that you need to become more of a fountain than a drain. And the supporting statement that came afterward is you need to live a life where you are constantly giving people and not just taking from people. You hear how powerful that sounds? Like, I literally don't even have to say anything. But honestly, there's the truth in every sense. We need to learn to have, or we need to learn to live a contributor life and not just a consumer life. So many times we could see things, this passive aggressive talk of, me, nothing concern me. I don't come this life, can't help anybody. As it day, I get problems. It's okay. I really understand and I don't judge you. But I believe that enshrined in every single one of us is a vacuum or is a space, an ability to be able to give. And when I talk about give, I'm not necessarily talking about material things. When I talk about contributing or having a contributor mindset, it means investing in people's lives. You don't have to be the person that is the reason why somebody is feeling drained, feeling used, feeling defeated. Okay. I want you to decide for yourself in this year and beyond that in my life, I want to give to people. But the blessings that comes with this is when you give, you're not only satisfied, but in the end, you're also receiving. You're receiving something that money cannot buy. I know you may say, Jay, you don't dey overstate this thing, but I promise you, I'm talking from experience. I'm talking from observation. And yes, I've also been in positions where my giving wasn't necessarily reciprocated. But I've come to understand that the contributor mindset is the mindset that puts you in a position where you're giving to people, you're investing not as a transaction, but as a lifestyle. So you're investing in people's lives. You're giving your heart, you're giving your love, you're giving your all, not because you want to receive, but because you know that this is what you were made for. Okay? So here is something that I wrote down when I was having these contemplations, and I'm going to read it. By investing in others, we build stronger relationships and we foster stronger relationships and we foster a sense of community and create a ripple effect of positivity. To truly become a fountain, we must dig deeper into our own well of knowledge and skills and empathy. This requires continuous learning, personal growth, and self awareness. The more we invest in ourselves, the more we invest in others. And this is so true because you cannot give what you don't have. Okay. And another layer to this is you cannot live what you are not. Okay. So in order to want to learn this contributor life or be this contributor to people's life, you have to invest in yourself. And it takes me back to the metaphor that Joshua Moore used with Isaiah Wright. He said that you need to become more of a fountain. A fountain is a water body that is connected to a bigger source, probably an ocean or a rock, but it's not, it doesn't exist on its own. It's coming from somewhere. And so the fountain is able to default water because it's connected to a stream. So you cannot give if you're not connected to something. You need to invest in your life, build yourself so that when you're giving, you're not depleted because there's somewhere that what you're giving is coming from. So do you see that when you adopt the contributor mindset, you're not only helping somebody, but you're also helping yourself. And there's this satisfaction that nothing else would give you that comes from that. It's a priceless satisfaction. If you haven't learned to live like that, I urge you to learn that life. And I promise you will not regret living or becoming the contributor in people's lives. And trust me, whatever goes around comes around. You may not reap where you sow, but you will reap what you sow. So if you give, by extension, you will also receive. It says that it is more blessed to give than to receive because whatever you're giving is what you're going to receive. So in the blessing of the thing it is that you're giving, you're also going to receive that. Do you get? I don't know how best to explain this. But I really want to believe that from where you are, your mind would be able to interpret this episode in the best way that resonates with you and in a way that you understand. But until next week, I want to say thank you and please go and watch The Forge. Like I said, the name of the movie is The Forge by the Kendrick Brothers. I'm going to drop name of the movie or the link where I don't know where you could get the movie or something, but I'll drop it in the description box below. Okay, thank you so much for staying tuned and I'm going to see you on the next episode. Bye bye.